Hey, welcome back everyone. I hope you are all doing well on this lovely Friday evening, whatever time around the world you're watching this. I hope you're having a great day. It's almost the weekend, well, practically is the weekend. So let's get on and do another tutorial, shall we? Let's go crazy. Let's go mental. Hopefully Bella won't distract us, since that she had her debut earlier. So who knows? Let's go on to the makeup. Roll that music. So what I'm doing right now, I'm mixing parts A and parts B of this 3rd degree silicone, equal parts of it, but I'm going to mix in a little bit of the pustular filler because I'm trying to create a scab. I'm going to do a couple of little scabs out of the 3rd degree silicone for this look. If I can find my spatula. Lost it. Spatula. Just use one then instead. A little gunk of the pustular filler and mix it in with the silicone. It should work. Should give it that like bit of a darker look to it. I'm also gonna scratch in a little bit of cream paint, the yellow from the cream paint, just the tiniest little bit, just to give the silicone a little bit of colour. But I still want it to look translucent. So now I've got this gross looking silicone mixture, and I'm going to place all these scabs like on the corners of my mouth, probably around my eye. But don't worry about the colour as well, because it's very yellow. It's not looking like a scab at the moment, but once it's all dried and set, and I can go in and paint it all up and give it that scab look to it. Put some into the scar wax that I've done, and then by doing that it will give that illusion of pus coming out of the wound. So it's quite a multi-purpose thing. Silicone generally dries quite fast, so I've kind of got to be quite fast with this, but I kind of want it to be dry and starting to dry, so it gives me that texture and that tacky feeling. So just to get that texture, I'm just putting it on and tapping it. I want this to be a big one. Just tap that, so it's a bit high bits in certain places, and you've got low bits in other places and whatnot. And links to all the products that I'm using will be in the description below, for you to buy, so you can play around and have a gay old time. See, I'm doing symmetry again. 1, 2, 3, 4. When will you learn, boy? This is Yaws disease. It's Yaws disease. Ooh, it's starting to dry on me. Don't dry on me. So now that's all on Val 5. We're gonna continue. I'm gonna let it dry for a little bit. I'm going in with the cream palette, the Dashbow Ultimate Skin Tones palette, and of course, no makeup tutorial that I've done would be complete without, you know what it is, the Nails Materials FX palette. So we've got our palettes. I'm also going to go in and do a base foundation with the Nye HD foundation palette. Again, all the links downstairs. All the links will be in the description box below. So how's your Friday going? Is it good? How was your week? Doing anything exciting other than work maybe? Or you doing some good exciting work? Let me know. And if you haven't already, press that subscribe button. Yeah, just press it. You know what's happening and what comes next. If you don't, I'm sorry. But you can only do what I gotta do. But that's pretty much dry. I'm gonna go in with a little bit of foundation first. With my spectacles. Ooh, girl, they're dirty. She be dirty. No wonder I can't bloody see. So going in with the foundation, I'm going to go in and do a spot check foundation. So using the back of this was meant to be attached, but I dropped it and it fell and died, broke. But I was on set and I was busy and all that, and it was just like, oh no. So I didn't have time to actually fix it. But I quite like it because I can just use it as a palette, easy. So I'm just going to go in and pick out some foundation and do my foundation tone. I'm not going to do my usual tone because with Yaws disease you are usually quite pale, so I want a really sickly pale look with this. So I'm just going to do a spot foundation and just put it on over the scabs as well, just to give it that scab look, really. Over that Nye Nose Scar Wax over this scab, and as you can see, I'm just blotting it in random places, but I'm making sure that I'm covering all those silicone scabs that I've just done. Go down to my chin. It's not my chin, it's my neck. I don't know my name. So now that's gone in and done the spot brush, I'm going with the bigger foundation brush and just blend all of that in, being careful not to move or disrupt that silicone that we put on earlier. Blend like your life depends on it. Oh, I look sick already. Very pale, and the intensity of that yellow has gone down quite a lot as well, which is what we wanted. Now I'm going to go in and do some tired puffy eyes using the using some of the Bruise Wheel, Bruise Wheel. So I'm just going to go in with the dark mauvey colour, dark red colour, with that on a very thin brush, and just make my bangs a little bit heavier than we already are. Just the eye socket here, and I'm going to leave a link up here for the tutorial on my old age makeup. This is pretty much what I'm going to do now, but on a lighter scale, so it's not as intense. This one's not going to be as intense. So get in that dark red maroon colour under the eyes, just to make it look a little bit more gaunt and sunken in, because we are sick after all. This is Yaws disease, and I'm just basically now just blotching out and mapping out where I want all the makeup to go, so I can blend it all out later. So this part doesn't really have to be perfect. You just need to know where you want the depths of your makeup to go. So now I'm around my nose, and pretty much we're doing the old age makeup at the moment. We're making everything a little bit little bit deeper, a little bit tired looking. Blending, I'm swiping that colour out that we've just put on around the eyes, which just deepens the eye a little bit. Now we're moving your face as well. If you keep your eyes straight in and looking at the mirror, just move your face and you can see the different shadows that the face makes. So you know how it's coming along, how the sunken eye look actually looks. See the natural shadows of your eye socket. So if you do that, you can see all this natural shadow. Yeah, that's what you want to highlight. Not using the highlighter, but that's what you want to emphasize out. You want this really to go more in the crease of the eye rather than on the eyelid itself. I mean, you can put it on the eyelid, that's not a problem. Now I'm going to go in and paint some of these scabs. For the one on my eye here, I'm going to be using the Bruise Wheel, not the alcohol activated paint, because we don't put IPA 99% alcohol next to the eyeballs. No. This is why this happens. This is not because of that, not because of this, but I'm just blind in general. So I'm going to put my glasses back on and I'm going to go in with the Skin Tones palette. Darker colours here. Just to give these a little bit more depth to them. These little scabs a little bit more depth to them. Just doing light washes. I tend, when I'm painting like this, to do them all at the same time, rather than going in and painting that one perfectly. I'll go in and paint them all in at the same time with the same colour, and then that way they all look unison, they all look the same. And then if you want to add extra detail to a certain one to give it that more dramatic look, then feel free, you can go ham with it, go crazy. But you want a base coat on all of them to make them all look the same. And I'm going to go in the deep vein because I want this one to be the big oozy gory one. So the deep vein colour, I'm just going to go in and paint all of it, just cover all of it and then tap it all away. So I want it to be raw looking. I'm going to go in with the just red colour as well. Slowly putting it on and on the edges. So I want it to be that sore, nasty, infected look. Going onto the lip. Try not to lick your lips with this because obviously this is alcohol. And you don't want to be ingesting it. And it says on Yaws disease that the rashes are like strawberry rashes or raspberry rashes. So I'm going to use the Bruise Wheel to go in with that and then just dot that in and around the face and the neck. I'm going to go in and do all that scab work. And those materials SFX palette. And I'm doing a little bit of the dried blood colour mixed in with the dirty orange, just to give it that like brown, scabbed over actual scab look. See that? And then now do another wash back around. Do a thick layer of that. Dirt paste. I use it for so much that everything's pretty much wiped off. And just get a teeny tiny little bit and then just coat the scab with it. Gives it a little bit more dimension and texture, which is what I quite like. Now going in with the Bruise Wheel and doing the one on my cheek, my eyeball, this bit. I'm just gonna go in with the big brush, well, that size brush, and I'm literally not touching I'm doing that, just tapping and then pushing it in. I'm not blending, I'm just pushing in that colour just to give that scab a little depth. If you want to know how that I made scabs before, I put a link as well up here on my basics playlist, which is how to do scabs, bruises, abrasions, scratches, what I consider my basics to be for special effects. So I'll put a link up there in a minute and you'll be able to see that and click onto that. Now that is pretty much how I want that to look at the moment. I'm going to go in and put a little bit of blood in using the Nimba Creations FX blood. You don't want to go overkill with it, you just want to just dot it in the lower points, so it looks like even though the infection and the pus is coming out of the scab's still open and raw. So just a little bit, and then just slightly tap it up. I'm just going to give myself a couple of little rashes. Colours now. And I'm just dotting and tapping. Then once you're happy with the complete look, go in with some setting powder and push in the powder. It'll give you the ashy sick look, as well as setting the makeup that we've just done. So it's a dual effect skill, little tip. And I'm putting on a lot more than I should be, just to give me that ashy, sick look. And there we have it, boys and girls, and goblins and ghouls. A Yaws disease inspired makeup, a rash and a scab infected look. Yeah, if you like this, give me a thumbs up, press that subscribe button right there, leave me a comment in the comment box below. Hopefully Tuesday for a phobia. So if you've got any particular phobias that you want me to do, I done trypophobia last Tuesday or Wednesday, I think it was. So if you've got any other phobias that you want me to do, message me, put a comment down below. And remember, don't be cute, be gorgeous. And I'll see you on the next one. Bye!